Greetings friends, here I am again speaking about languages. This video topic is again about languages, as is every topic. The topic of this video is basic vocabulary, alright? It's basically when you learn more than one language, you're going to see the same vocabulary comes up over and over again. And they're the same basic categories, alright? I do have a Google document going with some of these, and I'd maybe like to share it with some of you. I maybe post a link here or something. But basically, alright, let me just say the languages I've learned, because this is a place where I can talk about that stuff, alright? This is a space where I can talk about that stuff. Oh wait, I've already said it. Basically, Spanish, German, Croatian, Filipino, Tagalog, and Russian. I'm going to do Chinese, alright. Now I'm going to be starting with Chinese, and it's tough. Chinese is tough because of the writing system, alright? I mean, that's probably the #1 reason, aside from the tones, which are not that bad right now. Listen. What? I'm still working on it, but tones are hard, but writing system is really tough. Chinese, obstacle, right? I'm gonna do it though. Okay, so I'm talking about vocabulary. And basically here's the basic topics. Like, you learn Spanish, alright, you learn how to say madre, padre, hermano, hermana, right? You learn German, you learn how to say Vater, Mutter, Bruder, Schwester. Good. Okay, that's Spanish. German. You learn Croatian, learn how to say otac, majka, otac, majka, sure. Brat, sestra. Okay. Then you learn Russian. You get confused because it sounds the same. It's отец, mать, brat, sestra. Listen to the difference. Russian. This is going to be boring, but listen. Russian. Отец, otac, mать, majka, brat, sestra, sestra. That was really confusing. Then you learn Filipino, and you learn what is that? They don't have gender, I don't think. I don't even remember because my Filipino is so shit right now. Kapatid. One gender in Filipino. You don't have masculine. It's Turkish is the same. You just have one gender. It's like sibling, right? You don't distinguish between female and masculine in Filipino and Turkish. Yeah, probably the Turkic languages, probably the Philippine languages, possibly in some other Austronesian languages, whatever. How do you say mother? They probably mama, papa, or something, whatever. I don't forget in Filipino. But so that's the thing. You learn family vocabulary, all these languages, right? And so, hey, it's like family. You're gonna learn a language. You're gonna need to learn how to learn family vocabulary. You know what I mean? And so here's some basic categories, which I should have said right away, to not bore everyone. All right. Family, colors, numbers, nature vocabulary like tree, moon, mountain, sun. Clothing, right? Weather, animals, professions. The list goes on and on and on and on and on, right? Post link to that Google Doc. So I just wanted to say, like, when you learn a language, like, I guess I'm going to say I'm experienced learning languages, alright, because I do it a lot, alright? And so when you learn a language, you got to learn these different categories to learn the vocabulary for, alright? Days of the week, months, you know what I mean? And so that's just one aspect of language learning, alright? Now Richard Simcott-Tourbier is great at this, because when he learns a language, he surrounds it with vocabulary, which is fabulous, alright? Now there's a lot of other aspects, such as how the verbs work. Learning vocabulary is just learning words, right? But you need to learn how the nouns work and how the verbs work. How to make plural, like with the nouns, right? How to make plurals. Example, Spanish, you add a S. English, you add a S, right? Easy. German, you never know, because there's a bunch of different ways. So in Croatian, depending on the gender, there are specific patterns of how the nouns do it. Now, if I was one of like Swahili, or any of the like the Bantu languages, like they're crazy because there's different noun, there's like basically gender, right? But there's 18 of them, you know what I mean? Living masculine, living feminine, non-living flat, non-living rough, whatever. Kind of classifiers in Chinese, whatever. So you need, oh yeah, so that's like learning nouns in Chinese, right? You gotta learn the classifiers. So, but vocabulary is one aspect. This video might get interesting, alright? Vocabulary is one aspect. Then you gotta learn how nouns operate. How do I do plurals? How do I make possessives, right? Stuff like that, like my father's dog, the dog of my father, right? In different languages, possessive constructions are crazy. Okay? So plurals and possessives are on now. Then you gotta think about case. Does case come into play here? And it always comes into play because if it doesn't have an ending, it's gonna be word order, alright? Think about Chinese, the object always comes after the verb. Think about, I don't know, Hungarian, you're gonna have some kind of ending on that, the object, and then move wherever you want in the sentence. So you got to think about that. So nouns, so vocabulary, nouns are going to be plural, possessive, and case, and you got to think about verbs. Verbs get crazy, all right? Verbs get crazy. You want to look at a crazy verb system? Talk to Lao Shu, talk to Moses McCormick, and talk about Navajo, all right? Blow your mind away, dude. All right? You don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. I did a project on it. Like, you want to learn how to speak Navajo? Respect, alright? Yeah, respect for you, alright? I really like to learn Navajo. Okay? So basically verbs are like, you gotta look at stuff like tense, past, present, future, aspect. Look at tense, aspect, mood, like subjunctive. You gotta look at voice, like passive and active. There's stuff about verbs I don't even know. There's stuff about verbs linguists don't even know. Verbs are crazy. Vocabulary, nouns, verbs. Once you do that, then you kind of start, then you have to put everything together into forming sentences, right? Which is where syntax comes into play. Alright? And, you know, basically, after that, you need to know how to pronounce things. You need to know phonetics. And then phonology is probably one aspect that language learners really do not really focus on. You can tell, like, one thing that'll give away someone as a non-native speaker is their phonology, because native speakers don't even know, like, the knowledge you possess in your own language of this phonology is subconscious. So, like, example in English, the T, right? Listen, all this is spelled with the T. Bottle, top, stop, Batman. Okay, I just said, this is what I said. I said bottle, bottle. Bottle, bottle, top, 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 stop, top, top, so and then Batman. That's 4 different sounds, and I'll spell with a T. Alright, it's phonology. So I'm just talking about aspects when you learn a language, alright? Vocabulary, learn the different categories. That's something, you know, that's easy to take away from. Family, numbers, colors, all the stuff I said before. I'll post a Google document. Okay. Number 2, learn how nouns work. Possessive, plural, case. Learn how the verbs work. Tense, mood, aspect, voice. Okay. Then learn how to put everything together as far as the grammar, which is basically something I need to work on myself. But it's basically like, it's different ideas, like to be, right? I am a man. I am sad. You know what I mean? To have. I have a dog. You know what I mean? I have a house. And, you know, you need to learn how adjectives work. This video's pretty much done, but I need to work on that. I need to work on the different grammatical ideas that are expressed. And that's why language is fascinating, because the ideas that are expressed grammatically in different languages are different. It's not the grammar's different, it's the ideas that are represented grammatically are different. But it might be too long.